Hi guys, my name is Qoheleth, here with a Platina Ezel build for the new release set 9. I've been playtesting this deck for, through a whole tournament, probably about 12 hours of playtesting. So it's been working out pretty well. I've had my issues with it, and I've tried to overcome them the best I could. Overall, it does what it's supposed to, and I'm very happy with it. So here we go. Your starter is Criff over Corrin. Corrin is essentially a grade 3 searcher for Ezel alone. He is 5k, but he only searches out a card with Ezel in the name. So I mean, you can get a grade 3 off it, but because of Criff, I have never ridden Platina before regular Ezel in my testing. So Criff is a monster right now. That's why I run him. For triggers, definitely run 7 crit. My standard trigger setup, whenever people do 8 crit 4 draw, I always do 7 draw 5 draw, or I'm sorry, 7 crit 5 draw, because I just like that extra draw. Obviously you can switch it up any way you want to. Triggers are always based on your personal opinion, but my standard trigger lineup is 5 draw 7 crit. Okay, and then the last of the triggers is just 4 heal. As we've stated, that's pretty stable. So not much going on there. Next for grade 3s, pretty standard. Like I said, it's a cross ride build. So I only run 3 Platina and 4 Ezel. Like I said, you never want to ride Platina first if you can help it. It hurts you too much. Ezel, his plus 1000 for each of your gold paladins is a great early game skill. It allows you to hit over that threshold of 20k, 21k pretty easily. And it just applies pressure throughout the game, and that's why it's fantastic. Whereas Platina Ezel has nothing except for defensive capabilities until you're at 5 damage. I think the only time I ride Platina before I absolutely need him is if I really need to be defensive, especially against Aquaforce. I rode it early against the Aquaforce player, and he could not do anything. So that's really the only situation I see right now to ride Platina extremely early, and that's a cross ride. Otherwise, stick on Ezel until you absolutely have to finish the game with Platina. That's the grade 3s. For grade 2s, this is Ezel. So it's not an Ezel build without Bumens. Bumens is your 10k vanilla, but he also helps Criff, what do you want to call him, become Ezel with a combination of Gareth of himself. So Bumens, not only is he 10k beater, he is a combo as well. Next, for Vanguard, he's a 12k attacker for Ezel. Both your grade 3s are Ezels, so just riding into one, instant 12k attacker. It makes it easier to hit 18 because you're running a few 6ks. He can break the 21k threshold some ways, but he hits 20 pretty easily with a Gareth behind him, so he just does work by himself. And then lastly, 3 Trip. Trip just is a damage unflipper. There may not be that much counterblast in this deck, but when I do it, the counterblast I do use is big numbers, 2, 3. And they're very important to me. I love my counterblast, so I try to keep them available whenever I can. So that's why Trip is here. And plus, Vivian is not going to do much in this deck. The random call for the counterblast one is too expensive, and I'm not a big fan of Vivian in the first place, so that's why I just chose Trip over anything else. Next grade 1 is for Gareth. Like I said, he's the other combo piece with Bumens and Criff. He's AK vanilla, helps you hit 18, obviously. Helps Bagdamegas hit 20, and other than that, he's your optimal ride target if you don't need to do the Ezel Criff thing. Words. Next grade 1 is going to be Disciple of Pain. It is the self-damager. Counterblast 1 puts top card of your deck into your damage at the end of the turn. Return a card from your damage zone into the deck. I use this for limit breaking early and ultimate breaking early. A lot of people will try to stop you from ultimate breaking, and this guy just says, no, I'm going to ultimate now. See ya. Also, limit break early. If you limit break early and then hit a heal, you're back down to 2, and that's devastating. Even if you ultimate break early. If you ultimate break early, you're back down to 3. And plus, you saved a counterblast, and basically, quote unquote, because you should send back the card that you counterblast with its effect. That's why I don't include it in the counterblast portion. Next, 4 perfect shields. I'm in really a lot of trouble today. 4 perfect shields, stable. No really need to go on it. 2 Slagle. Slagle is good simply because he allows Trip to hit 18 for a counterblast 1, and not every game do you ultimate break, so having the little extra counterblast just kind of sit there isn't going to be the end of the world because you can spend it on Slagle Dagger. And he lets Magnum to Megas hit over 21, and he lets Trip hit 18. That's really the only thing he does. Other than that, he's just a 7k, and I like the fact that he's a 7k because behind Trip, uncounterblasted ability, he's 16, which is a good number. So, and I can't really think of anything else I would run. Dindrin's kind of dead weight. I'm not going to run a 7k like Vortimer because that's just stupid. And Haugen is... Slagle's a better version of Haugen. So, yeah. My last grade one is Silverfang Witch. I honestly see her almost every game. The 5k does not hurt me at all, because if I can, I just put her right behind Ezel. Put her right behind Ezel. Ezel hits 20, or 18 respectively if I'm cross-ridden. Other than that, aim her for behind a bag to Magus. But yeah, it's just Soul Blast 2 when it's called the rear, and then draw a card. It's free. You have no reason to keep your soul other than the Ezel, but I mean, if you had the grade 1 and the grade 2, then you're good. So, and if you criff, then you have extra soul. So it's no reason to not use it. It's obviously better than Dindrin because the chances of you randomly calling a Dindrin is very poor. But yeah, Silverfang Witch. Kind of go over things I didn't really say earlier. A lot of people are kind of criff happy. They will, as long as they have a Humans and a Gareth in their hand, they will ride to Ezel no matter what. And I don't do that. Only if I do not have a normal Ezel in my hand do I ever do that. Because, one, if you go first, it's a break even. If you go second, it's a -1. Because you're not beating your opponent to Twin Drive very fast. So, you lose boosters when you do it. I never like doing it. I only do it if it's a do or die moment. Other than that, yeah, play smart. Your opponent will try to keep you at 4 as long as they can to keep you from ultimate breaking until you're ready. Like I said, that's what your self-damagers are for. And other than that, play the game you normally would. The lack of Garmor isn't there if you miss to give you pluses early game, so you have to keep that in mind before you limit that you have no inherent plussing in this deck other than Ezel. But yeah, other than that, this is currently my favorite deck to play. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back with more Set 9 builds.